We do that. Sometimes we do in like the exam.
Let's read Quran.
But it's like a very old thing. Like, it's not my opinion.
Hello. So could you guys do me a favor and explain to me kind of what is haram and what is halal?
The thing is that prohibited in our religion that you can do it. It can be drinking, doing drugs, doing illegal things. It's actually haram.
So it's like allowed and not allowed?
Yeah, if you put it simply.
Got it. Okay.
Oh,
Well, haram and halal shouldn't be different in any country, like in any Muslim country, but it can be like hateful to be done or not. That can be different from a country to another, but haram and halal should be the same.
It's the same throughout all Muslim countries, but I guess some countries they can tolerate more or tolerate less. That's the difference there.
So like overall it should be like the same foundation, but like some details might waver a little bit between each Muslim country?
True.
Got it.
Which one?
So when I see this, at first I don't have any specific thought. So like, can you guys tell right away what this is?
we perform that. It's called like Salah. It's a worship to Allah. We do it. So when we perform Salah, we actually did this, like the shista. It's called sijda to the west, like Salah for Allah, like it's worshipping.
It's one of the actions you do, the prayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some people sometimes do that when they want to get more closer to God. They like stay longer while doing this action.
When we look at the location or the position of the sun itself, so like one prayer between one time to the other times.
Okay, so it like all depends on where the sun is at what time?
Yes, it depends on the time. Like the before sunrise, and so one time we actually pray for 5 times. The before sunrise, and in the middle of the sun, and the sun is like goes down. It's like the sunset time, and in night basically.
Wow. So that makes sense of why it would be like slightly different every day or month.
It's like 1 minute ahead or 1 minute behind every day.
Okay, got it.
That's so funny. I know that.
I saw something about that. We do that. We do that in Egypt. They guys know what is that?
No, I don't know.
Okay, I think it's only in like Arab Muslim countries. So we do that. We read Quran on the place that's hurt. Like if your head is hurt, we read Quran on it. If it's your stomach, we read Quran on it.
So you guys don't do that?
I mean, sometimes I do.
Okay.
Sometimes we do in like the exam before exam for like.
Let's read Quran.
I get it though, because like some like American Christians, they also will like do a small prayer like this before they do something like scary or something. Yeah, like just it reminded me of that.
It's some like occur like some paranormal activities because in Muslims we believe a lot about like the anything appearance like the jinn and everything. When we do that, we actually reciting this to go away. It's similar like in some priests when they do like the exorcism or doing the holy things.
She's right though. She's definitely right though. Like stay away bad energy, that type of thing.
Bad energy, yeah.
Where you're from, is hijab required for women?
For my country, no.
From my country, it's also no. So you can wear anything.
Also for my country. Actually, I'm not wearing hijab like usually, but I dressed up in hijab today. So like, because many of my Muslim girls in my country, they wear hijab. So I was like, okay. Yeah, but like I would say the highest percentage wear hijab, but not everyone.
Okay.
I would say in my country, majority does not wear it. My country is actually officially a secular country.
Same with my country.
But the majority are Muslim identifying people, 93% by official statistics. But they do things, they practice Islam is very different than other Muslim countries, I would say. So when it comes to these things, they don't really follow it 100%.
Okay. And what about you guys?
For Indonesia, it's kind of like the basis law of Indonesia is not following the Islamic one. So like there's no such mandatory for any people to wear hijab, but you know, like Indonesia is kind of like a huge country. So it means that each regions might have authority to upgrade the laws. So in certain regions, they might be required. Most of the regions are not. If I put example, there's kind of like a specific Islamic kind of like school or university, and in that specific area, you are required.
Oh, okay.
Also, I would say when she said going to certain places, for example, in my country, when you go to a mosque or a prayer space, yeah, it is, you should cover yourself, not wear like full hijab, but like cover yourself with a scarf or just clothes. And they have like the clothing there when you go to the mosque, you just take it, and when you leave, you just take it off.
So I feel like a lot of people have a misconception that it's really like a requirement 100%, and like a lot of women are forced to wear it, but that's obviously not the case.
We have this rule, like, I mean, like if you totally put your feet on it, you can protect yourself with the hijab itself, but if you do not want to wear it yet, it is also okay, like, because forcing something is also not really Islamic thing. So rather than you force someone, maybe you can kind of like give kind of like hidayah. What is hidayah?
Like an encouragement?
Fine, encouragement, like that.
Like having many wives.
So is polygamy like legal in your countries? Like people can marry multiple people legally?
Yeah.
It is not legal.
It's not legal.
Sometimes it depends because in my country, like most of the people don't do this. In some particular, like if they want to like religious or doing something like this, they actually marry multiple wives. It's like required like 4 wives.
Oh, okay.
For one man.
In that case, do they get just like religiously married, or do they also get like federally legally married?
It actually depends about the polygamy marriage. When you do that, when you get married, it's the man mostly thinks it's like the sunnah to get married with like the 4 wives. But some people don't do it because they actually love their wife. You can marry with the 4 women, but you have to equally take responsibilities. If you can do it, then get married. Otherwise, don't.
The reason behind like polygamy being allowed in Islam is just for taking care of orphans, taking care of like the oppressed women.
So the stereotype that people think, okay, is a polygamy is that's a kind of like controversial thing.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
Yeah, it's not that simple and it's not that common. Like, yeah, it's a protection thing.
But it's like a very old thing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
For the Indonesia, it's like not only that the husband getting the wife's permission, but also kind of need to get the approval from religion's court, because like the basis law it is only 101 in Indonesia, but since there's kind of like religion law also, but there's so much requirements up to that you need to get approval from the religion's court. But the idea of the country's law is only 101.
So there's actually like a lot more requirements and rules that you have to follow to have a polygamous marriage.
Yes.
and in my country and her country, Azerbaijan and Turkey, it is actually illegal because they're secular countries. Religion is separated from government and etc. So they don't allow it, even if it's a religious thing. But I wouldn't say there's no polygamy in the country. Some people do it illegally. So I would say maybe like very, very religious people, they do it, but it's not legal. They cannot do it.
So basically, like a lot of people might have this misconception that like polygamy is very normal or easy and just everyone has so many wives, but in reality it's actually like if you choose to do that, it's a long process and there's many rules to follow.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and in some places it's even still illegal actually.
Smoking, drinking is forbidden.
So in your countries, is smoking and drinking forbidden and like illegal?
Like I said, our countries are secular. It's just that majority of people are Muslim. But for example, my country was a post-Soviet country. It was also influenced by atheism and other religions, and it does things. People practice Islam differently from other Muslim people. So I would say drinking is kind of normal in my country. I don't know the exact percentage, but I would say, especially young people, they drink. They look at it very normally, like they don't judge other people who drink. Like even in weddings, we have like tables that have alcohol and then tables that don't have alcohol. It's a very personal choice.
And what about all the rest of you?
I would say smoking is not like a prohibited thing, but it's a hateful thing because it's dangerous for your health. But for drinking and for drugs, some people do it, especially the young generations, they do it, but like they're not so obvious about it.
Also, we have shisha.
Yeah, we have shisha.
Smoking, right? And it's very common in Muslim countries.
Yes.
It's a very common thing, and people go out just to smoke.
Also, in my country, for example, drinking like alcohol is not allowed. But for example, about smoking, it's okay, no problem. But only about drinking, like wine or beer or anything.
Smoking marijuana is actually not allowed in my country, and drinking also not allowed. Smoking cigarettes is okay.
Drugs and marijuana, I don't think it's a religious thing in my country. They are illegal. It's a crime, but I don't think it's a religious thing. It's just it's illegal in a lot of places that are non-Muslim. So
I mean, if it's Malaysian Muslim, of course it's haram to smoke and to drink. But like Malaysian law, it is not illegal to drink or smoke. So it's kind of different between the country's law and the religious law. But for religious law, it's haram to smoke and drink.
For in case of Indonesia, for drugs, it is completely forbidden. But sometimes you know that certain type of drugs might be kind of like helpful for illness treatment or something. That one is okay, but for the general idea, it is more on the restricted side.
So it's actually very like complicated, like it depends everywhere and like what region you live in. Okay, so is there like a stereotype that Muslims of Arabic descent are superior in some way?
I think they are superior though. We are all the same.
Yeah, it's the same. They're all equal.
I would say like this stereotype came from that we can speak Arabic and Quran is in Arabic. So like many people think Quran Arabic than Arab people. Maybe that's why.
So is this like an older generation thing?
Yeah, and also because like the majority of people living in Middle East are Arab, and the majority of Arab in Middle East are Muslim. So people think that they all live together, they are around each other. So maybe they have this superior.
Or might be those kind of stereotype comes from like the expectations might be because the Arabic speaks Arabic, which means that they can understand more about the Islam itself and the Quran. So it might be that those who are not Arabics are kind of like have expectation to them more. So I think like this kind of privilege is kind of like what makes the stereotype comes exist.
But it's not true.
But it's not true.
There's no guarantee that if you are Arab descent, you will go to heaven.
Yes.
In my entire life, from now, just the question I heard like some Arabic people think they're superior, but it's my really first time to hear it because we think we're all equal.
we all equal.
So to be honest, this topic is kind of hard for us, difficult for us to explain because someone can be offensive. So we try to not make someone offensive about these questions and answers.
But I think you guys agree pretty much.
the thing is, our answers to these questions are also very different
Depends on the
based on our
countries as well.
countries.
And based
So-
on the people.
Yeah, based on the
person.
people, based on the person itself.
And also we cannot judge the people. I mean the Muslim people believe that only the creature can judge.
Yes, true.
So we don't actually ask these questions in the general
real life.
in real life.
So like I think it was nice to just kind of clarify that it's not such a black and white issue. It's more like an issue that has depth, or like these stereotypes, it's not just that simple and they all have like depth and it all depends on like where you come from and what's the normal thing there. But I think in general you guys like all kind of agree or understand each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today I asked Muslims about their country's differences.
Please like the video, subscribe, and comment. We will see you next time.
Bye!